Shalom. Kal Halam La Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Haracha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, elders of Great Millstone, teaching rule well. Peace and blessings to the Lord's elect. I'm the brother of Walker Bar from the Great Millstone San Francisco Bay Area camp. I just want to go into a lesson on the refining process. Okay, the refining process to be made gold, to be made golden. All right, because that's what we're going through, servants of the Lord. The refining process. All right, and the heat is being turned up, man. Our temptation is, upon us. Jacob's trouble is here. This is the year of apostasy, sellouts, agents, and Jacob's trouble. Okay, we'll just say about Jacob's trouble, man. He shall be saved out of it. All right, those who are golden are going to go through that fire, spiritual fire. All right, tried, and be found to be are found to be golden and worthy of salvation. Okay, and let's get right into the precepts. Let's go to Isaiah 48 in 10. It says, "Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction." See, and perils is going to be brought upon all the inhabitants of the earth. All right. Hey, but the chosen are going to make it out. As it goes into 2 Ezra, the 16th chapter, it's going to be made known who the Lord's chosen is. Okay, and soon, all right, our people will know that a prophet have been amongst them. See, because the hour of temptation, all right, is going to change the game, man. Okay, and in that time, man, the prudent will keep silent for the prudent will keep silent in that time, for it is an evil time. All right, the prudent will be silent, but guess what? All these false prophets, their mouths going to be shut too. Hey, and they're going to fold. All right, because all of our works are going to be tried. Let's get that in 1 Corinthians, the 3rd chapter. First Corinthians 3 and 9. "For we are laborers together with the Most High. Ye are the Most High's husbandry. Ye are the Most High's building." All right, so you should treat it as such. All right, the Most High temple is holy. All right, so you are to be holy. Okay, separate yourself from this world. All right, because this world, okay, this age is gonna go out, all right, in a dramatic fashion, man, via fire. All right. "For our labors together with the Most High, you are the Most High's husbandry, you are the Most High's building." Verse 10, "According to the grace of the Most High, which is given unto me as a wise master builder." Okay, Paul was a wise master builder who attended to the flock. All right, he was very attentive to the flock. All right, he visited the churches, he admonished them. All right, he comforted them. He was in a heavy lot. Much was given unto him. All right. Much was required of him. Heavy revelations was given to him. And really he was a apostle unto the Gentiles, the Israelite foreigners. So all those letters that the apostle Paul wrote to the churches at that time, to the believers in Ephesus, to the believers in Thessalonica, to the believers in Corinth, to the believers who were in Rome, Philippi, okay, Galatia, where the Israelites were. All those letters apply to us now. All right. It says, "I have laid the foundation, and another buildeth thereon. But let every man take heed how he buildeth thereupon. You take heed how you build it thereupon." All right. Why? Because we have all entered into other man's labors. The foundation has already been laid. That's why you see guys, all right, going and changing up everything. Plucking the flesh off of trying to pluck the flesh off the body and just changing up everything, man. Doctrine just totally did a 180. All right, bringing in damnable heresies such as, an existing place of burning forever, hell. Okay, damnable heresies such as salvation is open into all nations. All right, kicking against the pricks, man. When it comes to the one of the major prophecies. The MOTB, which is the RFID microchip. Okay? That's why the scriptures say, man, then shall you return and discern between the righteous and the wicked, between them who serve the Lord and them who serve them not. That's Malachi, the third chapter. All right, and the Lord is making it quite clear who he's dealing with. But see, Jake doesn't have discernment. They lack discernment. All right? They really judge things according to the outer appearance, and that's not how the spiritual, all right, judge things. Okay? Verse 11, for other foundation can no man lay than that is laid, which is Hamashiach Yahushai. All right? He's the chief cornerstone. All right? And if your house is not built upon that rock, all right, that stone, that chief cornerstone, all right, your house is going to be overthrown. Okay? Yahushua is the rock. He's our foundation. All right? In his word doth we trust. Now, if any man build upon this foundation gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, stubble, and we want to be found to be gold. Because what happens when wood, all right, is met with fire? Stubble is met with fire. Okay? Hey, you already know. It's nothing. All right, it's burned up. It says every man's work shall be made manifest. Every man's work shall be made manifest.
Really bad, those guys.
For the day shall declare. See, the day shall declare what? The day of the Lord. And that day, we're coming into that day. We're in that time. We're in that season. And things are only going to amplify. All right, greater evils than we have seen or heard of, all right, are coming. Every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire. See, fire is going to try every man. And the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is. Okay? Of what sort it is. All right? Are you gold, silver, all right, precious stone, wood, hay, or stubble? See, the men of the Lord, they are gold. What tells you in Proverbs the 13th chapter, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even the golden wedge of Ophir. And how is that going to be done? Through the furnace of affliction. All right, the furnace of adversity. Through trial, tribulation, purging, hell. It says, if any man's work by which he hath built thereupon, he shall receive a reward. If any man's work shall be burned, he shall suffer loss, but he himself shall be saved, yet so is by fire. All right. And, because, through preaching the word, men enter. Okay, through hearing the speech of the prophets, men enter. All right, and certain men fall away. But that's not a charge against you. Okay, let's speak about Great Millstone. All the men, all right, who faded away, who departed from us because they were not of us. The apostles and elders not gonna be held. That's not gonna be held against them. Okay. It's not going to be held against them, man. Hey, those guys are just going to be destroyed. And the time is coming, man. According to Ecclesiastes, the 2nd chapter, man. Those who forsook the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, I often think about this, man. Hey, the Lord's going to visit you niggas. It's all that scoffing and scorning. Where these guys at? Remember guys like Yakko, Wacko? Okay? The Mississippi Maniacs? So many other scoffers. Where these niggas at? All right, and the Lord's gonna visit a lot of you guys, man. Your judgment is gonna be made public. All right, you were public scoffers. You were public assholes. All right, public blasphemers, public disrespecting the men who you learn from publicly. So your judgment, all right, is gonna be made public. The Lord's gonna publish your punishment. All right. Read that again. It says, if any man work shall be burned, he shall suffer loss. This is 1 Corinthians 3:15. If any man work shall be burned, he shall suffer loss, but he himself shall be saved, yet so as by fire. All right, NLT says, but if the work is burned up, the builder will suffer great loss. Because you don't want to see nobody fall out. Okay. It says the builder will be saved. Yeah, the builder will be saved. Okay. But like someone barely escaping through a wall of flames. Why? Because someone barely escaping through a wall of flames. Because what does it say in 1 Peter 4? We'll start at 1 Peter 4:17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. See, the testing is gonna hit the house of the Lord first. All right, the judgment is gonna come through the house of the Lord, gonna sweep Israel. The Lord gonna shake Israel up. The Lord gonna sift the house of Israel, according to Amos the 9th chapter. All right, the Lord is searching Jerusalem with candles now. All right, and the Lord is soon to punish the men who are settled upon their lees. Okay. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High, just as it goes into Ezekiel the 9th chapter. Or if you don't have that tawah, which is the mark of exemption, tawah in the Hebrew, which is a mark of the righteous mark. All right, it means you're exempt from judgment. Okay, then that death angel is going to take you out. Okay. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. And if it first begin at us, what shall be the end of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua? All right, all those who are self-willed, defiant, all right, hard-hearted, stubborn, what's gonna be the end for them? Fire. If they make it to the destruction, because a lot of you so-called leaders of Israel, you took that potion. All right, Elder Muatazat did a heavy lesson on the jab, of some clips he got from Redacted. All right. Hey, that you took that potion, or you encouraged our people to take that potion, you gonna suffer. You telling Jake it's all right to take the MOTB if you got to. Or you think the Most High care if you take a microchip? Yes. All right. Disobedient. Okay, you telling our people, man, that Jacob's trouble was gay. All these type of things, man. Let me read that again. And that's why judgment must begin at the house of the Most High, man. You look at the wacky-tacky Christian, you like, you want the Lord to get him. I was just in the store, I seen, a simple nigga at the cash register, cashier. Simple ass nigga, moving all docile and slow. All right, with a mustache, beard shaved off. All right, bald head with a cross chain on. Like, this simple ass nigga. All right. Hey, but the judgment upon a nigga with fringes on his t-shirt, a crispy lineup, okay, blaspheming against the name of the Lord, the judgment upon him is going to be way more severe than a simple nigga, all right, with a cross around his neck. It says, for the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High, and if it first begin at us, what shall be the end of them that obey not the gospel? And if the righteous scarcely be saved, the righteous is going to scarcely be saved. Righteous is going to scarcely make it through the fire, all right? See, the righteous are going through the fire spiritually, all right, so they don't have to go through the physical fire. So they escape the physical fire. If the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? In the lake of fire. That's where they're going to appear, not in the chariots, in the lake of fire. All right. And the elect, they have a bird's eye view, okay, according to Revelation, the 15th chapter. Okay. Gonna see the firmament, gonna see the blaze. You're gonna hear the weeping and the gnashing of teeth. You're gonna have the spiritual power just speaking as the hopeful elect. But to zoom in on that scoffer, that blasphemer, all right, see him burning, see him melt away. Hey, only with thy eyes shall thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. Okay, as as I just said, I'm speaking as the hopeful elect, and partake in the reward of the righteous, to salvation, or being crowned by Hamashiach Yahushua, receiving that new body, being the first fruits, coming down and putting the earth in order and subjection, all right, and remaining in your lot for eternity. That's the reward for the righteous, man, and so much more. So much more comes with it. All right. So wherefore let them that suffer according to the will of the Most High. See, it says, wherefore let them that suffer according to the will of the Most High commit the keeping of their souls to Him in well doing as unto a faithful Creator. And then it says, so if you are suffering in a manner that pleases Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, and it please the Heavenly Father to bruise, all right, Hamashiach Yahushua. Okay. What prophet, was not chastened of the Lord? What great man was not chastened of the Lord? Okay. So if you are, this is 1 Peter 4:19 in NLT. So if you are suffering in a manner that pleases the Most High, keep on doing what is right. Yeah, keep on doing what is right. You had men, man. You know, when persecution came by and by, they were offended. All right, they were gun ho. They were hot about the word. They were hot about the sign. You know, on fire about the sign. All right, just a fucking WWE character. You know, turned up. You know, but when persecution come, or a little fire come, the Lord try you a little bit. You forsake the truth. You throw the baby out with the bathwater. Okay, weak. All right, if thou faint in the time of adversity, thy strength is small. You weak. So if you are suffering in a manner that pleases the Most High, keep on doing what is right. See? Keep on doing what is right. Okay? And trust your lives to the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, who created you. For he will never fail you. See? He will never fail you. All right, let's go to Sirach 10. Sirach 2. Excuse me. I want to go to 2 and 10, but according to the topic that I'm going into, I got to start from the top. Ecclesiasticus 2 and 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Yeah, manifold temptation. All right, manifold temptation leading up into the hour of temptation. All right, so the manifold temptation is like, you know, look at it as a school dealing with, you know, the school system. All throughout the year, you know, you're getting pop quizzes, you're getting tested. You know, all leading up to what? The final exam. All right, you could pass all those tests, those pop quizzes. Okay, you could pass all those. And if you fail the final exam, which makes up more than half of your final grade, you'll fail the course. All right, or you could fail, you know what I mean, tests here and there. You know, righteous man fall 7 times and get back up again. But you know what I mean, you aced that final exam. All right, and then you barely make it out to the next grade. You know, because all gonna come down to that final exam. Okay? But that's why our Lord is taking us through manifold temptation, man. By separating us from this world, having us take losses, you know, which are lessons. All right, broken the bond that we had with certain family members and friends, man, who are just wicked. Not necessarily just downright wicked, but they're not believers. Broke the bond that we had with them. You know, all the things that we go through. All right, are to purge us, you know, prep us, and just bring us closer to the Lord. It says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation, set thy heart aright. All right, set your mind aright. Yeah, get your mind right. How do you get your mind right? All right, through the washing of the word, purging your mind via the word. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure. It says constantly endure because what? It's always something. Okay, it's always something. It says, and make not haste in time of trouble. Make not haste in time of trouble. All right, just let go. You know, it's a corny saying, but hey, let go and let God. Okay, let go and let God deal with it. Let go and let Yahweh Bashem Yahushua handle it. Cast your burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. All right, shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. Those who are rooted in Hamashiach Yahushua cannot be moved, cannot be plucked out of his hands. All right, they're inseparable, according to Romans the 8th chapter. All right, nothing can separate us from the love of Hamashiach Yahushua. All right, we're just gonna have to constantly endure and can continually show our love for our power. All right, scriptures tell us, hey, strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua shall fight for thee. I believe that's Sirach the 4th chapter. Okay. It says, cleave unto him and depart not away. Yeah, cleave unto the Lord and depart not away. It tells you in Proverbs 3 and 5, trust in the Lord with all thy heart and lean not into thy own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him. All right, in everything you do, acknowledge the Lord. The fear of the Lord should be at the forefront of your mind. Okay, wisdom should meet you in every thought. You got to really be into this thing. You know? Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. All right? And I noticed that in just, you know, little daily situations and trials and tribulations. All right? Because, you know, as an Israelite, you know, you're in a Gentile state of mind. You don't know why you go through the things that you going through. You don't know why it's so rough for you. You know, you don't know why it's always L after L. You know, but then you in those situations, you always trying to think of a way, finesse a way, or come up with a way to get out of it. Usually, this is how it would be for me. I just find myself more deep in a deeper hole. Now, you know, since, you know, I got the fear of the Lord, got the understanding, don't get into half of the situations that I used to get into. Things that happen now are more so strange. You know, I get it. You know, Satan is buffing. I'm just going through trials and tribulations. All right. And a lot of times I just say, fuck it. All right. And the Lord brings me through a way, gives me a passage. Okay. Brings me through it in a way I like, man, I could have never thought of that myself. I could have brainstormed, raked my brain for days, hours, and weeks. I would have never thought of that. You know? And that's how it's going to come. You know, that's how the salvation is going to come, man. In just a strange fashion. Well, it's called the strangeness of our salvation. We know, hey, man, you know, chariots is going to have to take us up for us to escape the seventh trouble, which is the thermonuclear missiles. But the scriptures say he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. When the famine come, we going to eat. How the Lord going to do it? We don't know. All right? And so many more miracles are going to be done. So many more things that are going to happen to, you know, show the world who the Lord's dealing with. Okay? To whereas we ain't going to have to put our mind to really do nothing, man. All right? We're just going to have to keep our eyes single. All right? Keep our eyes single, man, and just stay on the path. So all we're going to have to do is just walk by faith. What tells you Habakkuk the 2nd chapter? Hey, the just shall live by his faith. You know, that's what it's finna come down to, man. Faith. Because all the faithless, the infidels, man, they're going to die. They're going to take that MOTB. It's going to seal their fate. And they're going to be destroyed. It says, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. And the ultimate increase is coming. The ultimate increase is coming, man. When Yahushua returns with the reward, to render a reward, you know, to all the inhabitants on the earth. All right, he coming with an increase for his chosen. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully. Yeah, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully. All right, you gotta take it cheerfully, man. And be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. And be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. You know, we're in the lowest state now. All right, but our patience possesses your soul. Okay, so your patience possesses your soul. So we're in a lower state now, but your patience possesses your soul. So be patient when you are changed to a lower state. Ultimately, man, you know, Micah the 7th chapter, man, I will bear the indignation of the Lord because I have sinned against him. Everything that we go through, man, we deserve it. All right, we deserve it, man. It says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. For gold is tried in the fire. Your gold is tried in the fire. And, hey, and the elect men are golden. And acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. So you won't be accepted of the Lord unless you go through adversity. Okay? You are not of, you know, the chosen. Or you're not a son. Or you're a bastard. If you're not getting chastised. If you ain't going through hell. Alright? We go through hell. We chasing B times. Alright? And according, I think that's 1 Corinthians, the 10th chapter. You know? Well, matter of fact, it's 1 Corinthians 10 or 11. Let's see. 1 Corinthians. I'm going to check 10 first. 10 and. Let's see, 11. 1 Corinthians 11 and 31. For we would judge ourselves, we should not be judged. Yeah, self-examination. Okay? So you're constantly examining yourself, whether you be in the faith. Are you judging yourself? You hard on your own. Be your own biggest critic. Don't be too hard on yourself. Okay? You know? Don't let your conscience condemn you. Alright, but be hard on yourself. Constantly examine yourself. Judge yourself. That way you're not judged with the world. Alright? The 2/3. For we should judge ourselves, we should not be judged. But when we are judged, we are chastened. Yeah. Because judgment goes out. Alright? But evil man understandeth not judgment. Spiritual man, he gonna understand all things. You stub your toe, you know. I got a cut on my thumb at work, you know. Kind of deep gas on my thumb. All right, it's cool. I worked through it, but then happened yesterday. But then today, like something happened to where I kind of scraped it, just gritted my teeth and was like, ugh. You know, just eat it. Okay, that's judgment. Stub your toe. Everything we go through. Okay. It is also like a gut check, a mind check. Where you at with it? It says, but when we are judged, we are chastened to the Lord, that we should not be condemned with the world. All right? So call them like Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We going through the chastisement B times early. You know? That way, man, when Jacob's trouble hit, man, we not tormented with mental and physical anguish. Our mental is gonna be on point. Physically, we might have to go through it. You know, we might be put to the guillotine. Might be put in the concentration camp. But mentally, man, we're gonna just be stable. We're gonna be solid. All right, why? Because wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of the times, and the strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. But those who have wisdom, hey, they will try it. You're not gonna obtain wisdom just freely. You're not gonna obtain wisdom like as if it's a walk in the park. Okay, like it's just hitting the lottery. Nah, it's gonna take you through rough ways. Okay, the Lord's gonna see if you really about her. And I said her, I'm talking about Sophia. You know? Back in Sirach 2 and 5. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy. Yeah, wait for his mercy. All right, the sure mercies of David. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside, lest ye fall. Yeah, go not aside, lest ye fall. Read 2 Ezra, the 7th chapter from the top. All right, man, you just gotta stay on that straight and narrow. I tell you, like to one side, it's a narrow path. On one side is deep shark-filled waters. Now, it doesn't say shark-filled waters, but it's deep waters. All right, I'm saying shark-filled. Okay, because hey, you're gonna get ate up. You turn to the left and try to go back into the world, you'll get ate up. And on the right side, it's great big flames. So you just got to stay on the straight. You got to stay straight, go not aside, at least you fall. All right, fall into what? Destruction. Fall into mischief. Verse 8, ye that fear the Lord, believe him. All right, ye that fear the Lord, believe him. Well, Hebrews 11 and 6. All right, without faith, it is impossible to please him. All right. Matter of fact, let me read it. Hebrews 11 and 6. So ye that fear the Lord, believe in him. It's the key ingredient to the meal. Yahweh Shai is the meal, and the key ingredient is faith. Eating of the roll, eating of the meal. Hebrews 11 and 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. Yeah. Whatever you're doing, it has to be done in faith. Romans the 14th chapter tell you, whatsoever is not done in faith is sin. All right. So they once mocked us, think they thought they were mocking us. They thought they were scoffing us, calling us faith-based Israelites. All right, actually you acknowledging our faith. It's cool, but that's a compliment. That's a compliment, man. Glad you see it. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. So he must believe that he is. Well, that's what the name Yahweh means. All right, he is, he exists, he is to be the omnipotent, omnipresent power. All right, it's our power. Okay, and he that is our power is the power of salvation. And to our power, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, belong the issues of death. So issues are instruments. That's Psalm 68 and 20. In fact, let me get it. Issues, instruments really means the same thing, but let me read it verbatim. Psalm 68 and 20. He that is our God is the power of salvation. Yeah, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. But to be saved, you must believe that he is. You must truly believe. Okay? He that is our power is the power of salvation. And into our power, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, belong the issues from death. All right? Belong the issues from death. Okay, I got that one now. Let's go back to Sirach 2 and 8. Ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. Yeah, your reward shall not fail. Okay? Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good. See? Hope for good. See, the desire of the righteous is only good, but the expectation of the wicked is wrath. Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good, and for everlasting joy and mercy. Verse 10, look at the generations of old and see. All right? This is our history book. Get into the scriptures. Okay? Tells you in Romans 15 and 4, man. For whatsoever things are written aforetime were written for our learning. Who's learning? The Israelites learning, chiefly the elect. For us to be learned, all right, educated, knowledgeable. Okay? For us to build up our personal relationship with the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. For us to know that he's always with the righteous. All right? Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? The answer is absolutely not. Okay? Or did any abide in his fear? You abide in the fear, and you abide in the fear, then the angels are camped around you. Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? Nope. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run up into it and is safe. See? So we got a safe haven. All right? A tower. A shield. Okay? It tells you in Psalms the 91st chapter, I will set him on high because he hath known my name. So nobody tell you anything different. The name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, which means he is, he exists, he is to be. All right. And his only begotten son name is Yahweh Shai. He is salvation. He's deliverer. All right. He's the savior of the nation of Israel, starting with the elect. And when you call on those names, you got to be in the right spirit. It tells you in 2 Timothy, the 2nd chapter, man, like all those who name the name of Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai, depart from iniquity. Because also, you know, Matthew 7:21 is written, man. Now, all those who say, Lord, Lord, is going to enter into the kingdom of the Most High. All right, so we're calling on that name, man. Hey, your works got to match. That's why the name of the Lord ain't just, that's why men, they cast it off. All right, they go back to calling on Christ. That's why the name is not really just accepted of most. Okay, they're still saying Yah. You got Yah Israelites. You got Yahweh Israelites, Higher Israelites. Israelites calling on Christ. So the Lord ain't gonna have his name just floating around and niggas playing around with it. Okay? It's too pure. You know? See, a lot of these guys ain't in the right spirit, man. That's why the name is taken from them. You know? You ain't gonna be able to use the Lord like a genie. Alright? You ain't gonna be able to toss the Lord's name around and put dirt on his name. You know, so I don't even get mad at the Israelite camps. You know, the name Christ is like fingernails on the chalkboard. All right, but I'm not mad that they call on Christ. You know, I'm not mad that they, you know what I mean, return to vomit. The niggas ain't right. Okay, but Sirach 17:10 tells you the elect shall praise his holy name. They like the elder Hanat, you know, from the camp out here in the Bay. Like he wants to say, I'd rather be one. All right, I'd rather be one who has the names Yahweh Shai constantly flowing off my tongue, opening up my lessons with that name, throughout my lessons glorifying that name, at the end of my lessons glorifying that name, all right, praying to that name. I'd rather that name to be just in my tongue than me to not be able to utter it at all, than for me not to know it, than for me not to trust it. You know? Verse 11, for the Lord is full of compassion. All right, for the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, and saveth in time of affliction. See, hey, the Lord will give us the waters of affliction. We're going to go through affliction, but he saveth in the time of affliction. Saveth in the time of adversity. All right? He going to collect his precious stones. He's going to collect his precious gold. Okay? He bringing us through the fire. Why? So, hey, his Yahweh Shai reflection could be seen in us. We could mirror him. You know? Mirror him, man. A couple more precepts. I want to get the book of Job. Let me see. I believe it's Job chapter 23. Let me go to Job 23. Job 23:10. But he knoweth the way that I take. All right. Why does the Lord know the way that we take? Because he orders our steps aright. We trust in him, so he orders our steps aright. But he knoweth the way that I take. When he have tried me, I shall come forth as gold. Yeah, when the Lord have tried me, I shall come forth as gold. For my foot have held his steps. All right, what's the steps? The precepts. His way have I kept and not declined. His way have I kept and not declined no matter what. Neither have I gone back from the commandment of his lips. See? I have esteemed his words. I have esteemed the words of his mouth more than my necessary food. See, this bread of life is above everything. All right? It's above, you know what I mean, your daily intake. You know, your nutrition you get from, which you don't get hardly any nutrition from the food here in Babylon. This food fucking sucks. It's trash. We eat the best of the worst. All right? But it's esteemed higher than, you know, what you get from honey. It's esteemed higher than what you get from eating good fruit. It's esteemed higher than what you eat from eating sweet fruit, bitter fruit. Okay? It's esteemed higher than, you know, the essential things of life. All right, the carnal essential things of life. This is the most essential thing of life. This word. So let me read this again. Job 23:12. Neither have I gone back from the commandment of his lips. Nothing can turn us from our power. All right. So that's Esau's whole goal. The spiritual demon Satan and his physical counterparts, their whole goal is to have us cast off our hope and our power. All right. For us to turn back from keeping the commandment of the Most High. You see, Esau mad, we no longer trust him, man. Esau mad, all right, that we calling him out. All right. We mad that we don't believe in this bullshit. He mad that we don't believe in this bullshit. All right. And he mad that we leaning upon our power. Well, that's why Revelation 12:17 is written. And the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant that keep the commandments of the Most High. Okay? So if he could just get the elect to turn back, then he got his new world order, right? And he got all souls. He got all man's heart. Nope. Okay? Nah, man. The Lord got a remnant that He's preserved that's stuck on him. Like, we stuck on the Lord. Like, how the majority of our people are fucking stuck on stupid. And we stuck on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. It says, neither have I gone back from the commandment of his lips. I have esteemed the words of his mouth more than my necessary food. See? We hold this word above everything. That's how we govern our lives, man. That's how we govern our household. All right? That's how we govern, you know. This is just how we govern, because it's how the earth is going to be governed. See how the earth is governed now through a sinister vibration? See? The earth is going to be governed through a righteous vibration. The earth is going to be governed by the words that we uphold now, that we speak now, that we, you know what I mean, are pushing. The words that we push now, the earth is soon to be governed by it. You know? So, hey, we got the heads up. We got a head start. Got a head start, man, about to cross the finish line, man. And Jake don't even have a clue. Don't have a clue the fire to hell that's finna come to the planet Earth. All right, but the elect gonna be saved out of it. All right, so we're going through this fire now, this chastisement now. All right, but hey, soon we'll see. It'll be known, it'll be seen that we're golden. You know, and with that, I'm gonna close it out, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Harachah Kodash. Shalom to the Lord's elect.